My pikin wey dey stay for UK, dey come back o. Make una keep una congratulations. So na gay my pikin BBB for UK.
The woman laughed at everyone in the compound. She mocked poor tenants, insulted struggling students, and boasted every single day that her son in the UK was better than everyone else's children. But the day her son returned to Lagos, she wished the ground would open and swallow her. This is the story of my landlady. And the compound sat quietly in the heart of Lagos. It wasn't one of those fancy estates with gates and security guards. It was an old face me I face you building where everyone knew everyone's business. Children played football in the narrow passage. Women gossiped while washing clothes. Students revised for exams under the mango tree whenever there was light. Life wasn't perfect, but somehow everyone managed to survive. Everyone, except whenever Mrs. Bowes decided to spoil the peace. Mrs. Bowes was the owner of the compound. She wasn't rich by Lagos standards, but if you listened to her speak, you'd think she owned half the city. Every morning by exactly 6 o'clock, she would march around the compound like a military commander. Blessing, why is your bucket outside? China do. Didn't I tell you not to park your bicycle there? You children, must you make noise every minute? Nobody escaped her shouting. Not even the cats. The tenants had one rule. If you hear Mama Bowes shouting, "Mind your business." 9. Among the tenants was a young woman named Ifeoma. She was in her final year at university and ran a small online clothing business to support herself. Unlike everyone else, Ifeoma wasn't afraid of Mrs. Bowes. She respected her, but she never accepted injustice. One afternoon, one of the students living in the compound was cooking noodles outside because there was no electricity in his room. Mrs. Bowes stormed out. "What nonsense is this?" The frightened student stood up immediately. "Good afternoon, Mama." "Don't good afternoon me. You're blackening my walls with smoke." "Mama, I'm sorry. I just wanted to cook quickly." "Quickly? If you cannot afford proper accommodation, leave my compound." The poor boy lowered his head. Before he could speak, a familiar voice interrupted. "Mama Bowes, isn't that too harsh?" The compound went silent. Everyone slowly turned. It was Ifeoma. Mrs. Bowes folded her arms. "So you've come again?" Ifeoma smiled politely. "He's only cooking food, Mama. We all pay rent. Nobody is trying to disrespect you." Mrs. Bowes hissed loudly. "You think because you speak English you know everything?" "No, Mama." "Then face your own business." Ifeoma looked at the frightened student. "Finish your food." The boy nodded quietly. Mrs. Bowes pointed at Ifeoma. "You. One day your mouth will put you in trouble." The neighbors exchanged glances. They admired Ifeoma, but nobody wanted to support her openly. Living in Lagos was already hard enough. Nobody wanted extra problems with their landlady. That evening, as usual, Mrs. Bowes gathered 2 elderly neighbors by her veranda. She adjusted her wrapper proudly. "My son called me today." The women nodded politely. "He's doing very well in the UK." She didn't stop there. "He works with important people." Another nod. "He drives expensive cars." Another nod. "He earns in pounds." She looked around the compound to make sure everyone was listening. "My son sends me more money in 1 month than all your children earn in 1 year." The words landed heavily. Some tenants pretended not to hear. Others rolled their eyes after walking away. This wasn't the first time. Every conversation somehow ended with her son in the United Kingdom. Whenever someone's child graduated, "My son graduated abroad." Whenever someone bought a motorcycle, "My son drives luxury cars." Whenever a tenant struggled to pay rent, "My son could buy this whole compound if he wanted." It became a daily sermon. A week later, another incident happened. A widow named Mama Ngozi was 2 weeks late paying her rent after falling ill. She pleaded softly, "Mama Bowes, please. My salary comes next week." Mrs. Bowes didn't even let her finish. "No money? Then pack your load." The woman burst into tears. "I've lived here for 6 years."
Hi, Rich Big
don't
Faith, thank you for
care if
charging your
lived here
iPhone.
For 60. Again? Ifeoma stepped forward. "Mama Bowes, everyone in this compound knows Mama Ngozi pays on
Hi,
time.
Rich Big Faith,
She's
thank you
just
for charging
sick."
your iPhone.
Mrs. Bowes snapped. "You again?" The compound watched from their doorways. Mama, showing someone mercy won't reduce your wealth. Mrs. Bowes laughed bitterly. Mercy? Did anybody show me mercy when I was struggling? No, Ifeoma replied calmly. But that's exactly why you should understand. For a brief moment, Mrs. Bowes had no answer. She simply turned away and entered her house, slamming the door. The compound erupted into whispers. That Ifeoma is brave. One day Mama Bowes will send her packing. I hope not. In the first. 3 days later, something unusual happened. At exactly 9 a.m., loud music blasted from Mrs. Bowes' apartment. Workers arrived carrying plastic chairs. Canopies were being set up. Huge pots of jollof rice bubbled over outdoor stoves. Soft drinks were stacked in crates. The compound buzzed with curiosity. One little boy asked, "What's happening?" Mrs. Bowes smiled wider than anyone had ever seen. "My son is coming home tomorrow from London,"